Good evening, America. And it is evening. It's a little bit after 5 o'clock here and dark as hell. And it's cold. We're in the middle of all that craziness as far as weather that's coming our way, and frankly going to kick our asses a little bit. And that's all right. We'll live. I ain't too awful worried about it. We have the wood stove. I have a generator parked outside. Power goes out, start the generator. I'll at least keep the refrigerator and the freezer going so we won't lose our food. And we should be able to run some lights off of that. And we have the wood stove. If we have to, we can cook on that. Dorothy Tyndall, good to see you, love. I think you're a little warmer down there. My little brother just sent me some pictures from Florida. I'm a little jealous. But we are going to get hammered. We're going to get hit bad tonight. Got a lot of snow and ice and everything else moving in, and that's why I make sure the generator is set, because our power grid up here is, well, it might be a little better than Texas, but not by a whole lot. Anyway, that's what's going on here. I want to remind all of you that there are 2 links in the video. If you click on them, one of them is to an Amazon wish list. There are some larger things on there that could really help out with shaping these broadcasts up and making them a little more professional and cleaner. And there's another one on there that's just simply the PayPal link to, if you want to help out that way, please do. To the people that will be watching this on YouTube, I have those links posted in the descriptions when I post these things. So they're there and could sure use your help. Let's see where that all goes. Not why I'm doing this overall, though. And I do want to talk about a few things today. First of all, I want to talk about a sad thing. Today, we laid a good man to rest. He was a president that there were some things that really made a difference. There were a lot of things that maybe could have been done, but I am not going to be somebody to badmouth him. He did the best he could with a serious situation, and he only had one term, and as a one-term president, you only get so much done, and that's what got done. But I think that his contribution to the planet in general, humanity in general, after his tenure as the President of the United States was probably even that much more impactful than being the President of the United States. President Jimmy Carter, you will be missed. Certainly the likes of you will be missed, and certainly we don't have that right now. One of the things I want to talk about in that, and I don't know, I am trying to find out for sure if in fact this was posted to his account. There is a picture out there that's being circulated of the orange shit stain at the service at the cathedral in Washington, with him standing next to Barack Obama, Kamala Harris, I believe Hillary Clinton's in the picture, a few others, but supposedly on his Truth Social, which is as far as you can get from the truth, it's a picture of him saying that even Obama and Kamala know who the alpha male is in the room. If he said that, God, what a piece of shit. Do I know that he said that? I do not know that. Do I know that that is genuine? I do not know that. If it is genuine, God, what a piece of shit. I just, I can't even, I really can't even begin. They're just, what kind of a human being are you? Are you a human being? I don't know. But I wanted to talk about another thing that happened yesterday, but I did not have the information. That was not said until about 8:30 last night, my time. But the guy that lied to the FBI set off the whole investigation into the Bidens and Burisma and all of that horse shit, because that's what it was. The guy that started all of that with his testimony that the Bidens had been paid, now, as I recall, it was $6 million each. It turned out to be a complete and total lie. And he told the world it was a complete and total lie. Who do we have just pop on there? Carrie Lindley's here. Hello, Carrie. Good to see you. It was a complete and total lie. He made the whole thing up. Turned out that the guy was actually a Russian operative. That's another thing we found out, that he got a lot of the talking points from the Kremlin. But it also set off the whole impeachment investigation against Joe Biden that went on for as many years as it went on. Well, he got caught up in his lies. It came out that he was paid $600,000 by, I think it was ETT Corporation, tech company that has its top 3 owners are good friends with Donald Trump. Gee, what a surprise. But they paid him $600,000. All of this came out. And finally, the guy got arrested and charged with his criminal activity. And he pleaded guilty. Well, yesterday was his sentencing. Now, I know a lot of us think that that guy should be in jail for life for the shit that he caused. But the Justice Department, the weaponized Justice Department, Joe Biden's weaponized Justice Department, allowed him to have a plea deal that he would plead guilty to lying, state that he lied, which he did, and then would be sentenced. He was sentenced yesterday to 6 years. I know we'd like that. It should be more. Oh, well, it is what it is. But that did happen yesterday. The thing today with Jimmy Carter's service just told me that much more what a man baby we are putting into the White House again. If you haven't seen these things, if you haven't, okay, comments sent with stars will appear here. Thank you. I do not understand these stars thing. I said yesterday a thing that is not true. I believe that the stars do cost you something. That is a part of how you monetize on Facebook. I believe that each star is a penny. So whatever you do, if you send 100 stars, well, that you sent me $1, and that, yay. There ain't $1 I'll burn, but that you can do that. That's how that works. And on my screen, these things pop up, and I don't know what they mean. But anyway, the guy did the things that he did, and he was finally sentenced. He did it with the help of the Kremlin, and did it to the detriment of the sitting president. If it had been found out that Barack Obama had somebody doing that for him, can you imagine how the right would be going insane? I mean, what a bunch of crap. The most that I can see from all of this is that we're going to see a lot more of it as we go on. And I wish that was all of it. It's not. More that we heard today, beyond his being a man baby, his possibly posting that, beyond the guy that did so much to benefit him to get elected. We heard more of the Greenland shit. We heard more of his talking about the different things that he somehow thinks are going to do us good. Folks, I thought that this was supposed to be the president of peace. I thought this was supposed to be the guy that was not going to involve us in a bunch of shit. Apparently, he is nothing but an imperialist. We saw today, we have the fires in California, and we saw that jackass once again trying to make it a point to blame the fires on Governor Gavin Newsom. I guess this all goes back to his raking the forest bullshit. I don't know what his next thing is. Yeah, I just can't even begin to understand the way that syphilis-infected mind works. But let's take that a step further. Another thing happened today. And that was that the state of New York's top, as high as you can go in the state as far as courts, turned down his bid to overturn the judgments against him with regard to the hush money payoffs. They said no. He has sent an emergency request to the Supreme Court of the United States to intervene. Why would they? I'm very serious about that. And it's a thing for all of us to be looking at. Because we are in an America right now where Supreme Court of the United States integrity is being deeply questioned by any number of people, certainly myself included, especially certain justices on the court. If they take this up, the court that is really just there to decide the biggest, the most consequential questions in the United States, meaning along the lines of constitutional problems, if they take this up, aren't they pretty much just telling states and their judicial systems, fuck you? That if they take it up. My own thought is they'd be smart and not take it up at all. But that is his last avenue. That brings me to another thought. If they don't take it up, and I kind of think they certainly shouldn't, and probably won't, if they do, I'm sorry. Any credibility they ever had just went out the window. You've told us what you are. You're puppets for the guy that appointed you. But if they fail to take it up, that leaves nothing he can do, nothing, to stay away from a sentencing. He is 34 times convicted as a felon. If he is that, and then let's take it a step further. Well, that was just those weaponized courts doing all that to him. That's just a bunch of, really, if you think about that for one damn second, that's ridiculous. These were grand juries that brought these charges. These were people like you and I that the prosecutors said this has to go to a grand jury, and they did. And judges went through these things. Juries went through these things. Donald Trump was found guilty on 34 felony counts in New York. That leaves the right to sit there screaming, well, you know what, that isn't done yet. He's got appeals and everything else. Not if, he does have appeals still. But if the Supreme Court doesn't take that up, not only is he a convicted, but he is a sentenced convicted felon in the White House. Doesn't matter that the sentence won't have jail time or probation, but there will still be a sentencing. That's it. If you think that's okay, wow, do you have some screwed up values. You really have some screwed up values, and you really need to take a good damn long look at yourself and see how you can call yourself an American. All right, that's my musings for this day. I really wanted to do another music video today, but this stuff, as far as I'm concerned, was far more important than my opinions about that. So, you've got the 2 links up there. You can, in your comments, you can throw stars at it. That throws a little bit of money to me, not a whole lot. And that's great. There's also the wish list up there. There are expensive things on there. There are real cheap things on there. If you can help out that way, that's real good. What I do know 100% for sure, I'm going to stay in this fight. I'm going to stay here with you. I'm going to stay working against, I will resist that son of a bitch. We need to as well. Midterms are coming up. All that shit is always just around the corner, people. Don't forget them. Don't forget what they've done. Don't forget the kind of shit we're going to start looking forward to come January 21st. Who knows, he might even pull some crap on the 20th as soon as he's done lying on the Bible. But between now and then, I love you, United States of America, because I have enough sense to understand that there is more than one America. And I also happen to love you, South America and Central America. But as much as I love you, share this shit.